Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Two for One Special Podcast. My name is Randall, and with me, as always, my boy LJ and the OG Dad himself. Man, you go ahead and say up to these folks, man.
What's
What's
up? What's
up?
up?
All right, everybody. Now, welcome back. Now, welcome back to another episode. Now, on today's episode, we got to talk about what the hell happened in WrestleMania. A lot of people, especially what happened on day two, a lot of people up and down. Some people hate how it ended. Some people say it was all right. So we're gonna talk about it, and we also gonna talk about the playoffs, especially what's going on with the Lakers and the Wolves, because this is a movie right here. Especially right now as we recording, they playing game two, and them boys getting physical. So we most definitely gonna talk about the playoffs, and we also gonna talk about a little bit about the NFL draft, because a lot of people are saying Shador gonna go to the Steelers, so we're gonna probably talk about that later on at the end. But let's go ahead and talk about it. WrestleMania 41. John Cena beat Cody Rhodes. Dad, what you think about it? How you feel about that?
I mean, it's no secret that I am a huge wrestling fan. I watch Raw on Monday, NXT on Tuesday, AEW on Wednesday. I'm just not going to subscribe to TNA, so I can't watch Thursday. I watch SmackDown on Fridays. I try to watch all the events and everything. Um, I really, I felt like it was missing something in the end. I thought The Rock was going to come out, and the way it ended, it felt like it was abruptly, kind of.
Right.
Like I understand that you hit him with you low blowed him, you hit him with the belt. I feel like if you would have hit his finisher one last time at that moment, that would have like completed it. You know, say like okay, he lost at the end to the finisher and blah 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 blah. But just by the belt and stuff like that, I guess it's like story wise, it's saying like John Cena doesn't care how we want it, how he wanted to finish. He'll do it however he wants because that's his character right now. But like, I feel like it was lacking in that. Like it would have been great if like it would have been a lot better if that wasn't lacking in my opinion.
How do you feel? Because a lot of people was talking about how you feel that The Rock didn't show up because he basically set all this up. So how you feel about him not even showing up for what he did?
It was weird him not being there because like one of the few things about it is like I felt like he was gonna be there, like he gonna show up at some point. Like when Travis Scott showed up first, okay, so okay, the Rock's not far behind, you know. But then I'm watching, I'm like, the Rock has a 10-minute entrance. So what the hell's going? How like when's the Rock gonna come out here? Because this entrance is hella long at this point. So I'm like, but when John Cena won and the Rock wasn't there, I was like, that's it. Like, is he gonna come out now that he's won? You know. But like, no, Rock
Mm-hmm.
didn't come out. Nothing. It was just. It felt empty. It felt like it. I'm not gonna say it felt like we were lied to, but it felt like we were like, huh? You know,
Right.
like you set this whole thing up and you just don't show up. Like, I don't know.
Now you saw the interview he did with Pat McAfee today about why he
Yes, I
didn't show.
did.
So how you so what you think about his response? Because everybody pissed off about what he said.
I think it's a PR response. I
Mm.
just think it's a fake PR response that he had to give. The only reason why he's doing the Pat McAfee show is because there's so much outrage. Like, why wasn't The Rock at WrestleMania?
Right.
Rock's not showing up on a random Tuesday. Because if anything, he would have showed up on Monday. You know what I'm saying? But he showed up on a Tuesday for it. And it was just PR because everybody was complaining like the Rock wasn't there. Rock sold us this dream. Rock sold us this angle, and he's not there. So he came out to explain in his own words because like he felt like it didn't need him. So it did. It needed you to at least show up. You know, and cost the match that way. But yeah, it just felt weird.
Ezra, what you think?
Um, so I think something happened for The Rock not to make it. Right. It seemed like he was sick to make it. I can't see why they would have Travis Scott there and not have The Rock there.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like The Rock was there, so there was a reason why he couldn't make it. What that reason was, nobody knows. You know, he is one of the top actors, I think, still right now. So maybe it was just something with his schedule. Who knows, right? So with that being said, I think the ending was fine because, as Dad was saying, Johnson, the character right now, is that he's given the people, the fans, the WWE universe, what they deserve, and in his mind, they deserve nothing. So it doesn't matter what the finish is, as long as he gets what he wants. So what he wanted was Cody to lose and him to get the title. He did that. He didn't care how it looked. So I think that's a fine way of storytelling. You can be disappointed in the end, and the reason why people will be disappointed in the end is because it's WrestleMania, and you got to think about it. Last year WrestleMania was amazing. The final match and the ending of how it ended, it was literally the Avengers coming out, and I knew people wasn't going to like this ending anyway because everybody, like, in my opinion, a whole bunch of people came back into wrestling for that, for last year's WrestleMania. I think a lot of people, because I wanted them included. I hadn't really been watching wrestling until like 6 months before WrestleMania had happened. Is when I started getting back into it, and we're like, oh, this Cody Rhodes is actually pretty, is way better than when he was back at WWE back in 2014, 2013, however long it
Mm-hmm.
was ago, right? So it's it's just an interesting. I mean, I thought it was fine. Like I said, I was fine with it because that's just his character now. He doesn't care about the ending. Rock being there does need to be explained because right now we don't understand why John Cena sold his soul because that is supposed to be what happened. The reason why this is even happening is because The Rock went to Cody and said, "I want your soul," like he's some kind of devil or whatever, and Cody said no, and then John Cena sold his soul for the title. But with everything that's how everything's going on right now, there has not been any reason for that because John Cena has done everything. It, you know, is it he gets opportunities? He didn't need the opportunities. He's John Cena, right? He's the what's the face of the company for 1,000 years almost, or it feels like it anyway. So I don't know. I hope they bring it back circle uh, near the end. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I think it was a fine WrestleMania ending. The Rock not being there is weird, but they really that's what happens when you have part timers now, right? That's what's going to happen, especially when you have a part timer like The Rock. And I think that's why John Cena is trying to be like, and I do believe when he says this, like a lot of people aren't believing him when he says that he's not coming back to wrestling. I completely believe he is done wrestling because he doesn't want to do what the others are doing. He doesn't want to come back, keep people hopes up that you see me every year for like 10 days and that's it. If John Cena wanted to be there, he's going to be there. But he said that he doesn't want. Not that he doesn't want to be there. He just wants to do other things. His movie career is taking off. He has a character now, Peacemaker, that's doing really well. So he's just like, I'm transitioning to another part of my life or career, and I'm leaving WWE behind, and I'm gonna leave it in the best way possible, which is giving the people what they have always wanted, which was a heel John Cena. Not in the way people would thought they were going to get Hill Johnson. Everybody thought they were going to get Thugonomics back again.
Or different type of music or something like that.
Right.
John Cena said at the beginning, you get nothing.
Right.
You get nothing. Like I'm turning heel, there's no new music. You get nothing.
And then even now, it's like he took away all the color because his last two entrances, you know, back in the day, John Cena always used to have a crazy WrestleMania entrance. He didn't have no crazy WrestleMania entrance this year.
Just walked out with a towel behind his head.
Exactly. And then the day after, and then I watched Raw because I was able to get my Netflix back up. I watched Raw, and he came out to just a black screen with his name on it. That's not a normal. Usually, that Titantron has rainbow colors going left, right, and center. It's something going on with the screen. That's different. So seeing that, and he's committed to the character, and I'm interested in how they're gonna go full circle with this and how they're gonna end it. Uh, but yeah, I think it was fine. If we want to talk about the other matches, I think the. I'll be honest with you. I do feel like the matches were not great this year. Uh, the only other match that I really liked was Punk, Roman, and Rollins match,
Right.
uh, which is going to start what people are saying. I mean, I can see it, but I don't want to call it that because once you start calling it something, that people get it in their heads. But people are calling this Evolution 2 with Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. I don't think it should be called Evolution 2. I don't know. It shouldn't have a name yet. Whatever they name it, they name it. But it'd be interesting who they gonna get as a third guy because they do need a third guy, and everybody thinking it's gonna be Theory to get him back on track.
I got
Yeah,
you.
it shouldn't be called evolution just because Paul Heyman's not wrestling.
Right.
You had when you had Ric Flair in there, Ric Flair was wrestling.
I don't think it's gonna be called Evolution. Everybody's just
No,
calling it Evolution 2.0 because of the people that's in it. Because you
no, you
had
have the
Paul Heyman.
because you have the current, you have a few, you have a current, you have an old person which is supposed to be Paul Heyman. You
Mm-hmm.
have the current best in the business, which was Triple H back in the day, but now it's Seth Rollins, and then you have Braun Breaker, who's the up and comer, and you need someone else. So like the Randy Orton person, but I don't know. It could be Theory, could be somebody from NXT. We don't know. So
Yeah, be somebody from UFC. I can see it being Johnny. What's his name? No, Ricky Saints. Is that his name?
oh, that'd be so good.
Probably. I can see it being Ricky Saints. And
That'd be
he
good.
actually would be an Orton, and then Braun Breaker would play the Batista role.
Mm-hmm.
Only time will tell with that. But I was trying to figure out like why the heck they got Roman, Self, and what you call it, and CM Punk wrestling for what you call it. Now I'm like, okay, it makes sense. They're trying to recreate what y'all just said.
They're building.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
building.
But WrestleMania, I agree with LJ. WrestleMania 40 pretty much had everybody in a headlock because for a good, I want to say 2 to 3 months. I want to say it was taking over TikTok. Like it was literally that's all I seen on TikTok was the built up for WrestleMania 40, and I think people were trying to compare this WrestleMania to that WrestleMania. How around what is it, April around February ish, it was going it was blowing up all over TikTok, and a lot of people were surprised. Like, okay, this WrestleMania 41, the build up, it's not building up like it did last year. Was going on, so a lot of people trying to compare to that. With the Rock situation, I, 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 I won't. Well, I really don't care too much for wrestling, but I can understand where the people coming from as to why they pissed off that the Rock didn't show. Because number one, you pretty much orchestrated this. You the one that pretty much introduced Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. You pretty much the one that gave the okay for John Cena to turn heel to do what he did to Cody Rhodes. And for you to not show up and have Travis Scott for whatever reason, I don't know why the heck they even put in Travis Scott. That
So they could play Fiend for the 50 millionth time.
yeah, like why the hell he had to
He might have
intervene with the
the
match
music
to
person.
make John Cena win? I don't know. John Cena could have won by himself without having Travis Scott in there. So I really don't know. But I will say it was kind of underwhelming. Last WrestleMania, it looked like Triple H and the whole TKO board was on. They did Marvel Phase One type writing where they connect the dots and it kind of line up perfectly to where it looked like they took their time trying to build the built up for WrestleMania 40. This year, on the other hand, it looked like they just threw some stuff together. Like, hey, we just gonna figure out as the time goes, and whatever happens, happens.
So some of it was rushed. Some of it was rushed due to injuries and like change of plans and fan perception and stuff like that. So like like Jay Uso was a product of the fans, like everybody doing his dance in the crowd and stuff like that. Everybody just, you know, Jay Uso's being very much over in the crowd. So that was a pivot around, I would say around December, November. Usually they build like something from there. The John Cena thing's been in the work for a while. I think that was the plan from when he announced his retirement. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think once he announced his retirement, I think it was like he's going to take it from Cody. So that was Rush. Randy Orton getting the open challenge to Joe Hendry. By the way, I love that for TNA. People say that Joe Hendry got buried. No, you're a TNA talent wearing the TNA belt and you got it on WrestleMania.
Right.
And you're wrestling Randy Orton.
I don't understand that. What you thought was going to happen? You thought you were going to have like a 30-minute match? Really?
No, no.
You like Dad would say. You're from another company. You need to be happy that you're on there, point blank. Period.
You did your stick. You got a huge pop.
Right.
You know, everybody loved it, and you did the turnaround thing. And Randy Orton does. He RKO'd you when you did that.
Exactly.
It was hilarious, and I loved it.
And nobody's really caring about that match no more because all we now caring about is John Cena versus Randy Orton. As it should be. Because my dream opponents for John Cena on his retirement tour was Cody Rhodes. It was Randy Orton, CM Punk. I wish Edge could somehow come back.
I am a full blown Edge hater now.
Speaking of Randy Orton,
Oh, we lost him.
who? Oh, LJ.
We lost LJ.
Uh oh, he'll make a way back somehow. Okay, there you
Is he
go.
back there? He's
Okay,
back.
you froze up a little bit. Go ahead.
I know. I'm still kind of frozen on my screen.
You probably pressed the button.
Hey, leave me alone.
See,
Yeah, he's frozen.
but while LJ get fixed, Randy Orton and John Cena. I seen it coming from a mile away. When John Cena won that belt, I saw that coming from a mile away because at WrestleMania 40, I don't know if this was foreshadowed or what, but I'm just gonna throw it in there. When Cody Rhodes won the belt, Randy Orton came out of nowhere, lifted him up, and somebody took a screenshot of him
looking
at the belt,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, speculating like, yeah, Randy Orton knows that John Cena gonna come back for 17, so he ain't gonna take it from Cody. He gonna wait for John Cena to get it, and then he gonna take away from John Cena because you, including LJ, we all know the history between John Cena and Randy Orton.
Such a good rivalry back in the day.
Amazing rivalry. So everybody was speculating that hey, he just gonna just lay low, play it cool. He don't want to take it from Cody, but if push comes to shove, he'll get involved with Cody if John don't come back. Lo and behold, John came back, got the belt, and look what happened this Monday. So how you feel about them revamping the beef between John Cena and Randy Orton?
I need 2009 Randy Orton to come back and keep John Cena's dad in the head.
No, we don't need that. We don't need that. Cause hold on, wasn't that real?
He kicked his dad.
Yeah,
I remember.
I think that that was real, wasn't it? Like that, like yeah. Like
No, his dad really got kicked, but it was still part of the story. But
okay,
you know,
because I thought it was fake, but people like, nah, that was real. I was like, oh,
no, he really kicked him in the head.
Oh,
No, he
okay.
really kicked him in the head.
I remember
His dad took that kick.
Yeah, I remember I seen that, and then yeah, that's where the beef actually started because I think John thought he was about to pretend, but come to find out he actually did it, and that's when John Cena snapped. But I don't know because they saying that we gotta face Randy Orton, then we gotta heal John Cena. Unless Randy Orton be heel, it's gonna be heel Randy Orton versus heel Cena. I don't, you know. So
No, it's going to be face.
yeah, I, like I said, so I don't
And,
know.
and to be honest, I don't think it's going to happen until SummerSlam. If we're being
That's
honest,
what a lot of people saying.
it's not going to happen until SummerSlam because
But
we're not getting John Cena and Randy Orton a random backlash. We're not
right.
doing that.
So
Right.
they gonna especially build that up. But LJ, how you feel about them restarting the beef between Randy Orton and John Cena? That was pretty much what me and Dad was talking about.
Uh, that's what should have happened. Like I said, that's one of my for his retirement tour. That was one of the opponents he needed to face anyway. Uh, so I'm glad it's happening. I thought it would happen a little bit sooner, but Randy Orton has been saying for a while now since Cody Rhodes won the belt. He's been saying I want my next championship. So
He's only 3 away from 17, also. So it's like he's not far off.
Yeah.
you think they gonna get him to 16?
I
Because
think they're
don't
gonna.
think
I think
they're
we'll
not
put
gonna
more
get to
people ahead
16.
of Ric Flair because Ric Flair's been acting like a whole jerk lately on the internet and towards WWE. So I think they're gonna put. I think they're gonna put Randy Orton ahead of him. I think they're gonna put Charlotte ahead of him. And I think it's gonna be John Cena, Charlotte, and Randy Orton who's ahead of Ric Flair as far as titles.
To be honest with you, they probably gonna give it to Randy Orton just because John Cena broke the record. He gonna retire. Like his thing was, hey, I just want to get 17, and he got 17. And I think a while ago in an interview, he was like, "There's only two people I want to wrestle, or I want two people to retire me out of wrestling, and one of them was Randy Orton, and I forgot the other person. But that was a long interview that they did it. So,
Oh,
but I'm hey, I'm looking forward to it. Randy Orton, he loved wrestling. He put so much into the sport, and out of everybody there, him and John Cena deserve everything from WWE. So I'm glad that they doing this beef. Yeah, I already knew. I'm pretty sure we all knew it was gonna come soon as John Cena said, "Hey, he gonna retire." I'm pretty sure we all saw this coming. We just didn't know how they gonna, how they lay that out. But a lot of people were saying that's the reason why WrestleMania 41 was garbage because this wasn't this not the main thing that Triple H or The Rock or wherever wanted. They wanted to focus on John Cena, and since John Cena finna retire later on, they saying that they put in their whole investment and their whole plan into the last pay per view that John Cena gonna retire. So that's a lot of another speculation going around saying this is why this WrestleMania was garbage compared to others because this not the main focus. The main focus is around John Cena in his last ever wrestling match in pay per view event. So so what y'all think about that?
Um,
I don't know. I mean that be weird. It's still WrestleMania, even though it seems like they go all out for the I don't know the the, the teens, the tens,
Yeah.
and it gets to like 10, 20, 30, 40. They seem to go out for those because it was like it's been a trend. Like people was going, they were like it seemed like the best WrestleManias are those ones, and then you might have a couple of random ones here and there, just depending. But I don't know. That could be true, but I would have. I don't know. I think I would have tried to. I mean, you should put in a lot of effort for that final match or whatever. Of course you should, but I think you should have did a lot for WrestleMania too because it's WrestleMania. That's your ultimate event of the year. That's what everybody comes to see almost. So
What about you, Dad?
I don't know. Like, I think that John, this being John Cena's last WrestleMania is like is weird because like we need like it's just done at this point. But like his last show is I don't know. I think his last show is going to be a good one. I don't remember where he said he's going to leave off at. But it can't be like on a random Raw or nothing like that. It has to be on a pay per view or some
Oh
sort.
yeah, it's gonna be on it. Yeah, most definitely gonna be on pay per view.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
like,
his last match is gonna be on a pay per view. It'll be over, and then he gonna be on Monday Night Raw. He gonna and leave his shoes and jorts in the
yeah.
ring.
So just I don't know. I wish we got more, but according to John Cena, we gets nothing. So
You get nothing.
you gets nothing.
You don't like it.
So for everybody out there, we don't know for sure, but allegedly, for everybody that's complaining about why there wasn't too much going on with this wrestling, no promos and all that other stuff. Allegedly, WWE is trying to focus their whole attention on John Cena farewell tour, and they didn't want to basically boost up WrestleMania. They trying to boost up the last pay per view match or pay per view event John Cena gonna be in. So that's pretty much what everybody's speculating, that they wasn't really too worried about WrestleMania. They this is just phase one. WrestleMania 41 was phase one, and then whatever the last match John Cena gonna be in, or the last pay per view event John Cena gonna be in, that's gonna be. And I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a last match as well.
And that's a good focus for John Cena, but for everybody else, like I don't know, like I like WrestleMania both days. Like I enjoyed it. I take wrestling now as first of all, you got to get on Twitter if you're a wrestling fan. I Everybody on Twitter tell me I'm supposed to hate WrestleMania. I actually enjoyed it. It's always a good time. Me and the wife sit down, we watch it every time, and we enjoy it. You know, but like everybody else, it was a good WrestleMania. I think. I liked you liked that triple threat. I did too. I also liked the women's triple threat starting night too with Bianca, Rhea, and Io Sky. Like there was a lot of good matches on these cards, but like I understand like this being like just a part of John Cena's chapter or something like that. But like a part of John Cena's chapter shouldn't have been that WrestleMania like this part of it. If that's what we're doing, it just completely focuses on him because that takes away from everybody else. I think, but um, it was going to be the main event regardless because it's John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Right.
So
Only time will tell. Was this phase one for something bigger or huge later on down the road? And will it involve John Cena last battle? I should say battle, last wrestling match. Only time will tell. So we just gotta wait to see on that one. Now I was about to hold on, cause I was hopefully this didn't disappear, cause I was looking at something while y'all was talking.
Luca's over here dropping dimes. By the way,
He is yeah. He's doing that. He most definitely doing that. But it was something else. But my Facebook refresh, so I forgot. But let's talk about what's going on in the NBA. Now, as y'all can see, me, Dad, and LJ, as we recording, we got our second monitors to the side and watching basketball. So last week or 2 weeks ago, pretty much not too long ago, Anthony Edwards straight up came out and said, I don't know exactly what he said, but he pretty much dissed the whole Lakers, pretty much. And
I think he said something else. What he got fined for? I'm gonna say, are we saying that?
I forgot what he said. Something. I'm gonna let you.
No, we're not talking about that.
But
no.
he said something. But all I know is he dissed the crap out of the Lakers, and now I'm pretty sure this is probably the most exciting matchup in the playoffs right now. Is the Wolves and Lakers, because they are getting physical. Like every drive, every play, yeah. The
Lakers are right now a big brother in the Timberwolves right now. The Timberwolves are not able to handle it like they thought they could. I will disagree with you that this is the most interesting matchup. I think the Clippers Nuggets one. Both games have been relatively close. So
hold on. LJ, hold on, Dad. LJ, explain what, cause he was going off on that game. Go ahead and say something. Tell Dad what you think.
That's it. It's just the Clippers are ass. That first game.
They're up 2-0.
The Clippers?
The Clippers are up 2-0.
No, they not.
No,
yes,
it's 1-1. It's 1-1.
I thought it was 2-0.
No. They lost that game that first day.
They lost the first game.
They was up 15 in the fourth quarter, and they lost it.
Oh, I thought they won that game. See, I too
Nope.
no, because it was WrestleMania, so like I really didn't like. I would just check the scores, but
That's fine.
That's
No,
why. That's why LJ pissed off because they supposed to win that game.
it should be 2-0. It certainly should be 2-0 because they was 15. I was like, oh, they because I was happy because I was like, oh, maybe the Lakers can actually do it and get through the Timberwolves, and we won't have to deal with those stupid Nuggets no more. And then they go and lose that game, being out 15 points. James Harden can't hit a shot. Kawhi Leonard ain't doing nothing, no defense. Like, it was terrible. And then I come to the realization Ben Simmons on that team. And then I said, oh, that's why they probably losing.
Ben Simmons is the
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, I know he came off the bench. That man got a stank on him. And it ain't ever coming off.
No, he ain't like Kuzma who was playing 22 minutes, scored 0 points.
Well, we're not going to talk about
That man played 22 minutes and scored 0 points.
We're not going to talk about Kuzma.
But
Kuzma was a lost cause when he got traded from the Lakers the first time. So
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know what he got going on. But Dad, go ahead and talk to the folks. What's your thoughts about what's going on in round one in the playoffs?
So, I'm gonna point this out, and I know what you two thinking of. Let's bring it up something that I'm not trying to be mean at all with the two of you.
I kind of
okay?
I know what you're about to say.
If you
But-
want to talk about the Heat, I mean, I'm surprised they in the play-in.
I'm not gonna talk about the Heat as much as I appreciate the Heat for giving us Jimmy Butler.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's talking about Golden State.
Yes.
Wow, that's cold.
No, see, that ain't nothing to do with y'all, because I know that's a sore subject, because y'all love Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy Butler, to watch playoff Jimmy on the Heat is one thing, but to watch it on your own team is like, oh, this is like real. Like, it's not just like because Jimmy Butler was the only option, really only real option that showed up in the playoffs. No, because on this team, he has Steph Curry. And Steph Curry's still getting buckets, but Jimmy Butler is helping too. And that's like all season the Warriors needed was like a second option to take the pressure off Steph Curry in the playoffs. And Jimmy Butler is doing that because it ain't Draymond Green doing it. It ain't Pominski doing it.
Okay.
It's Jimmy Butler.
I'm going
And-
to crash the stream again because I don't want to hear this.
Playoff Jimmy Butler is a real thing.
It is a real thing, and I appreciate it. It's funny because I knew it was a real thing. I saw him take y'all to the finals twice, like off of his back. But like it's kind of like when what other players were saying when they was when in the Olympics when Steph Curry was hitting all those crazy shots, and they was like, "This is what it's like when it's all your team." Like Steph Curry going off like this. It's like that's what I feel like. This is what like when Jimmy Butler's on your team, like just balling out like this. It's a whole new experience. I have a new appreciation for playoff Jimmy.
Can we move on to the next subject?
He as long as he's happy, that's all that matters. All I gotta say is that the Rockets are gonna get upset. I just don't see them beating them too. You got playoff Jimmy, then on top of that you got Steph Curry. And then the chemistry is there. They not playing as if they are competing with each other. They playing as if they've been playing with each other for damn near 10 years. So I truly just don't see unless Steph get hurt, Jimmy get hurt, or unless they just forget how to shoot a damn basketball, I don't see Houston winning that series.
And Jimmy and Draymond are playing perfectly off of each other too. Like
Right.
it is crazy how good they play with each other.
They're just gonna get upset. They did good on the regular season because they didn't have Jimmy Butler. Now they got Jimmy Butler, and then that happened. So I just don't see it. You got too many veterans who went on to the finals. You have a veteran who literally carried a team damn near by himself to the finals like 3 or 4 times. I just don't see a young Houston Rocket team beating the Warriors. Not right now.
No, not right now.
So now Golden State. Now OKC, I'm gonna say this. I don't hate John Morant. I don't hate him at all. But he they not they know they finna be a first round exit. You too old, and John Morant can't do everything on his own. This man literally, when you drive the ball up to the paint, you will usually will pass it to your big. You may pass it to your shooting guard. You may pass it to the small. Ja, on the other hand, this Joker is going coast to coast and doing everything in the world. When he shoot the ball, when he drive in the paint, shoot the ball, he miss. His center ain't going up to try to get it, even though he's a rookie. His center ain't trying to go up to get the ball. Ja Morant is trying to go up there and get his own rebound. You doing too damn much. So that's yeah. OKC finna just steamroll against Memphis. So how y'all what y'all think about OKC and Memphis right now?
Oh, if the league will allow to go 3 games, it'll be 3 games, but they have to play a fourth one. Okay, like it. No, it's not even gonna be close. This whole series not gonna be close. That tall center, like he's only gonna be good against short teams, and OKC's not that.
Right.
You know, they have Harvester and they have Chet Holmgren. That dude's gonna get. Oh my god,
You talking about that? You talking about that block?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got back to back bad calls because it was a that might have been goaltending. Um, yeah, it's goaltending. Anyway, sorry. No, Harvenstein and you got Chet Holmgren. That dude is literally just going up and basically just catching rebounds and stuff like that. And he doesn't have a real skill set that I've seen yet. That's like gonna say, oh, this dude's gonna be good. Like, he's not. Like he doesn't have that yet. So like he's a non-factor. John Morant is trying like to carry the whole team when he has help, but he just John's gonna jaw right now, and until they figure it out or like figure like a way to get things around him better, like this is the Grizzlies' place. They haven't improved like it's standings wise since the grit and grind era with Zach Randolph. They're gonna be in the same place, just enough to get in the playoffs, enough to maybe win a series. But like when you're an AC going against this OKC team, which is like just balling out of control, and they have every position that's really good at every position, and they have the MVP most likely in SGA. Like what are we doing here?
I do want to see them against an actual team because the Grizzlies are an actual team.
They gonna choke. They gonna choke like they did last year. They gonna be second round walk offs like last year.
They might be. I just want to see them against an actual team because the
You
Grizzlies.
think OKC's gonna choke?
They playing to get. Okay. We gonna keep it real. Denver is gonna beat the Clippers. Let's just be honest. They gonna beat the
Okay.
Clippers.
You think they can beat OKC?
Yeah.
They
I
don't
don't
even have a
know.
coach.
This Nuggets, number one, that is true. They don't have a coach. Number two, these Nuggets don't remind me of the Nuggets of the last 3 years.
Well, even though the Nuggets are
what's wrong
borderline
with them.
hurt, because the only healthy person for real is Jokic, and he probably ain't the 100% damn self, I just got a feeling it's Jokic is like playoff Jimmy. Even though during the regular season he just don't care, when it comes to playoffs, this man,
He still don't care, but he's still hitting them shots.
yeah. So and on top of that, the OKC team is young, I just don't see nobody on that team stopping Jokic. I
Okay,
just don't.
but here's my thing because I do agree with they're young, but when does that become no longer a factor? Because this is their second year to be in the playoffs.
The second year and the second year being number one overall.
Right. So when does that not become a factor anymore?
They sweep the Nuggets in my eyes.
You think they gonna?
I don't know
sweep?
about sweep.
I don't think
No, they
gonna-
sweep the Nuggets and they sweep the
I
Clippers.
think
Like,
it's a six
No,
game.
100%, they're gonna sweep the Clippers because Kawhi ain't no telling. You can just kick him and he gonna be out for the rest of the game.
no, because they got Jokic, but they got OKC got dogs at every position. It's not even close. Like what you really need is like, and this ain't the same Nuggets team.
Okay, here's the thing. All right. Here's the thing. Because I haven't really been watching the playoffs with the Nuggets. They haven't. But I'm gonna say this: if OKC beats anybody in the second round, I know for a fact if the Clippers win, they gonna beat the Clippers. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I haven't really been keeping an eye out on Denver this NBA season. I know Murray, he been dealing with injuries here and there. I forgot the other light skinned guy. He's been inconsistent with his game. The only
Michael Porter.
person, yeah, the only person who actually been good is Jokic. So I don't know, but let's say OKC just 4-2 them. They go to the finals. I give them that. I give them 6 games. Do you think they're gonna make it to the finals if they have to face Lakers or the Warriors? Because I don't see Houston being the Warriors. But do you see them going to the finals if OKC got to face against LeBron or Steph Curry?
I think that like either series goes minimum 6, bare minimum 6. The Lakers, because you got Luka. You got Luka with them right now. Who Luka is balling. He added an extra year to LeBron's career. You know,
Yeah.
like if LeBron wanted to stay longer.
Yeah.
You got playoff Jimmy with the Warriors. The thing about it is like, with both teams, they still got Chet Holmgren to Harvestine. They still got Lou Dort, who's probably he's not gonna stop Steph Curry, but he's gonna follow him, try to make it difficult for him. And then you have not to mention SGA. So like, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if the because my thing is they're going to go 8-0 till they get to the conference finals. That's my thing.
Who?
They're going the OKC Thunder.
You think they're finna go 8-0?
Man, we gotta stop disrespecting the Thunder. Like we gotta stop disrespecting the Thunder. They dang near won 70 games.
I don't.
What are we talking about?
Okay, Dad. They could be all right. The Nuggets ain't who they used to be 2 to 3 years ago. I get that, but I don't see them. They gonna get at least. I give them 2 games.
It's playoff basketball. I don't think anybody can go 8 games.
No.
I think you can. You can go 4. I don't think you can go 8.
They trust me. They not finna
It's
steamroll.
playoffs. Somebody's gonna beat.
Whoever wins, I say they steamroll the Clippers. But if Nuggets win, they not finna steamroll against the Nuggets. Not with
And
Jokic.
if this wasn't the Western Conference, if this was the Eastern Conference, then yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just throw a fact out there? Just a small fact.
Yeah, go ahead.
Warriors went 8-0 going to the conference finals before. They did it twice. Like so,
Wasn't that
like
with KD.
one was with KD, yes.
You had
But like,
Steph,
but
KD,
we can't say that. You can't do that in the playoffs when it's been done in the
It's
playoffs.
been done in the playoffs, but look at this though.
I'm talking about currently.
Hold
right
on.
now.
Hold on. You okay, Dad? To argue what you just said, the Warriors did it, but they did it with 6 future Hall of Famers. OKC probably got maybe 1 Hall of Famer on their team.
Okay.
Usually,
They still dang near 170 games. Like, what do we like? Where's this disrespect coming from?
It's not disrespect.
Denver don't have a coach. Like, what are we talking about? They don't have a coach.
His name is Joker, and that's all that matters.
Hey, that's
Jokic is great. Jokic is the top 2-3 player in the NBA right now. If not number 1, Jokic is up there. Okay. He can't win it by himself. Like his best second option right now is Russell Westbrook. What are we talking about here?
We just gotta
I really
see.
do think you give it.
We just gotta see because you got some. You must got a parlay on OKC.
I don't.
Or something.
But the disrespect is
I really
because it's not just here. It's not just here because I'm hearing NBA analysts saying that they're going to like choke in the playoffs. I'm like, that boggles my mind. It's like, what more they got to do for y'all to see like
Here's my
So
see,
thing.
they're
people are saying
good
they're going to choke
everywhere.
is because they young, right? That's why everybody's saying that they're going to choke. It's because they're young,
Right.
right? I'm not saying that they're going to choke. I still don't think they make it to the finals, but also don't believe. I think they might make it to the conference finals. I don't
La-
think they don't get their route losing the game.
Last
I
year
think
was
they
their
lose the
choke
game.
year. Last year was their choke year, and they learned from last year. You don't do choke years back to back. You learn from because if they choke this year, you blow the whole thing up. You blow the whole thing up because you need to get somebody else in there. But I don't see it happening. Like it.
I feel like you can't say that when we saw what happened to Boston 2 years straight,
2 years straight. What are we talking about?
or well, three. They won it last year, right?
Who,
And they lost
Boston?
to
Yeah,
Miami.
Yeah.
right. But they went to the finals the year before. You can't say being in the
They went to the,
finals was a choke.
they went to the finals the year before.
Yeah, they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah.
It was Celtics. I thought it was Warriors. Somebody else.
They
No. So no, it was Warriors and Boston. So last year, Celtics won it. And the year before, um,
It was
Yep.
Heat Nuggets.
Heat Nuggets. And the year before that, it was Warriors Celtics, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I probably didn't watch it because I didn't like either one of those teams. So I
Here's
probably
my
just
thing
depended on
though.
this team.
Whoever at the bottom bracket of the West that Wolves, Lakers, Houston, Golden State, that's gonna win Western Finals. I mean that's gonna go. The team down there is gonna go to the finals. Cause I'm sorry, Dan. I just don't see. Okay, I just don't see it.
I'm not saying you're wrong about that. Okay, like because the Lakers and the Warriors do have the talent to beat them. They have the talent to do it. My thing is like you're saying they're going to struggle to have 6 games against the Nuggets, and that is just boggles my mind right now. Because all they have is Jokic right now. Nobody else is playing any great basketball right now. It's just Jokic. I mean, Michael Porter's not playing great. Murray's not playing great. Russell Westbrook, he's doing what he's doing, but he's not playing great. So it's like, yeah, Jokic is going to get you a triple double, but like, it doesn't help when Jamal Murray got 6 points. Like I just don't see how all those problems can overcome the OKC and all the talent they got.
Yeah, Dad, you got a secret parlay on OKC. It's okay. You don't gotta tell us that. It's okay. Only like I said, only time will tell because we already know who the West is gonna be. It's gonna be Boston versus Cavaliers, and I'm pretty sure the Cavaliers are gonna go to the finals because them boys did Boston dirty. Unless the Knicks finna put up a good shot against Boston, I highly doubt that. But Cleveland pretty much gonna be. Is it gonna be Cleveland versus Lakers, Warriors, or or Boston versus Laker Warriors? Because I'm sorry, Dad. I just don't see. Okay, I give you that. They probably gonna beat Denver, but not sweep, however which word you want to put that. But I don't think they're gonna go to the finals. They're gonna be Lakers Warriors versus Cavs and Boston. But who do I want to see? Lakers versus Cavs.
Okay. And that'll be a highly rated series for LeBron going back to Cleveland and LeBron winning another ring in LA if that happens.
Mm-hmm. But who y'all think?
And
Who y'all
then
prediction?
Nico's getting fired in Dallas if that happens. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, he most definitely gonna get fired. he most definitely gonna get fired.
Well, I don't know. Have y'all heard all the stuff that came
It's
out?
wild. It's so ridiculous.
They saying At first, they were saying it's because Luka was out of weight, and he and the GM or whoever Nico is for Dallas, he saw him out and about smoking hookah and drinking beer, and he just felt some type of way about that. I don't know. Then another thing came out saying Luka was asking for too much money, and they didn't come to a negotiation. They don't know. Dad, go ahead and express yourself, Dad.
There is a cap on how much Luca could get. Luca is a max player. If you don't want to pay him the max, and just say that. If Nico says one more time that defense wins championships, I swear to God, like, because yes, we all know defense wins championship, but you can't replace the type of player who does everything in Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, who is a great player. Don't get me wrong, Anthony Davis is a great player when healthy. He is a when healthy. Anthony Davis has the talent to be a top 5 player when healthy. Problem is, when healthy is a real thing with him. Unless when Kyrie comes back next year and they add another piece or something like that, like maybe get if they get Kyrie next year and they're able to add a Kevin Durant without giving away much, then I can see how this trade worked. But
I don't.
but
No, because I don't see KD going to Dallas.
Yeah,
either way,
with the organization, I don't think he's gonna do
Also, didn't they try that? Did they try the Kyrie KD in the Knicks and it didn't really?
no.
I don't want to
But
say
like
it worked out. They both just kept getting hurt.
both kept getting hurt. But like if I hear Nico say defense wins championship would justify in the Anthony Davis trade one more time, I swear. Yes, Anthony Davis is a great
So,
defensive player.
so, but so in one of the interviews, or supposedly, didn't it say that recently that he said that he didn't realize how important Luka was to the city of Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and that he was saying that it's not his fault. He was told to make this trade.
Get this man away from my microphone. Who's calling these press conferences now? Like, stop. You made the trade. Like,
But I
just
think
live
it's
with
because
it. Live with it at
everybody
this point.
making him sound like he's an idiot. I think
Because he
that's all.
is. He says stupid stuff.
I mean, he is. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I think he's taking offense because I think he's trying to say it's not my fault. I was told to make this trade. I made the trade that I was told to make, and now I'm getting the heat for it. But that's your job because you are the GM, and you should have told them not to make the trade.
The
Right.
trade felt personal from the beginning. From the very beginning, the trade felt personal.
Yeah, it was personal. Lucas straight up came up and said it had to be personal because that was you literally brought this man in when Dirk Nowitzki was on the team. You made Dirk Nowitzki train this man in the for Dallas. You literally put this man under his wing and to put him and say, "Hey, when I retire, I'm handing the torch of the Mavericks to you. You are the next franchise player. Why the hell you gonna trade your franchise player? It gotta be something personal.
And then you don't even tell the head coach.
And you don't even tell the head coach. You
Like-
literally went overseas, scouted this man out at the age of 17, and said, "Hey, we want you at Dallas, and we want you to personally train with Dirk Nowitzki. We want you to eat, breathe, play exactly how Dirk Nowitzki is playing. Wherever Dirk Nowitzki goes, you follow him." And Dirk literally did that. Dirk literally said, "Hey, I'm finna bring you under my wing, and when I leave, I'm handing the team to you. You're gonna be the next franchise player." That's why Dirk was damn near about to cry when he was in that damn game when he went to Dallas when the Lakers came.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Luka was crying, and they showed him on the slideshow with Dirk, and Dirk was about to cry too.
Dirk went to his Laker debut. Dirk went there.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so it got to be something personal. Got to be.
Mm-hmm.
What the personal thing was? Hell, I don't know, but it got to be something personal. But yeah, Nico finna He might, yeah. If Mark still was probably majority owner, he probably would have fired him immediately. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That trade wouldn't have
You know,
gone
when that
through.
trade would not have happened because he would not have given his approval.
Yeah.
Right. That trade. We wouldn't even be talking about this.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people say
Lakers would have made a play in.
a lot.
Period. Like,
No, the Lakers was coming up before that. This trade they had made their way to like four or five before the trade happened.
I don't know. It's probably an over exaggeration. Maybe I
But
think they
hey,
just would have stayed
maybe
healthy.
if this hey that Luka trade didn't happen, maybe that Jimmy Butler did trade didn't happen.
No,
That
no,
didn't happen.
no, no. Listen
You know,
here.
Jimmy Butler was already angry at that time.
Listen here,
They
and
want-
I'ma
they-
say this: whoever the GM for Portland Trailblazers, screw that up for us. We supposed to have Damian Lillard. LJ, you know that I'm speaking truth. You know
We talked
this.
about this last podcast.
We talked about
too.
the last podcast. The GM Dame Lit went to the board, I think, and said, "Hey, I want to go to Miami. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I want to go to Miami." Pat Riley literally had a contract signed for Damian Lillard, and he was about to sign the damn thing. Then the Portland Trail Blazers GM, whoever came out with a statement, said, "Yeah, we're not finna send him to Miami because that's where he wants to go, and he's not, and he can't make the thing. We can only make the decision." So that's when I don't know how the hell the Milwaukee trade happened. That's where the Milwaukee trade happened because
You know what?
Jim,
And I was about to say he just didn't want to trade him to a rival, and then I just realized no, they still in the same conference because he went to the Bucks.
exactly. Because and then on top of that, Jimmy literally said he wants Dame down here. He went on Twitter saying he can't wait to play with Dame Lillard. They literally was about to. That's all he wanted. He literally he would have stayed. He literally said he wanted another superstar here to where he don't have to play as much. Cause we seen how he literally, Jimmy literally. That's why I respect the man so much. He literally put his heart out on the damn court, especially in the bubble. This man was almost wild carded out the damn court in the bubble. That's how freaking hard he was playing for Miami. And Miami didn't want to get him a damn superstar like he wanted to. We could get any damn superstar in the NBA, but no, they decided not to get They decided not to get no superstar. They decided to get some G Leaguers, even though the G Leaguers who we picked, they was amazing. We went to the finals. They played a key role. Congratulate them for that. But Jimmy didn't want that. He wanted a damn superstar, and we didn't get Dame, and that was the last straw. And then on top of that, KD didn't want to go to the Warriors because he would have went to the Suns if KD went to the Warriors. But that's I don't know why the hell he didn't want to go to the Warriors though. So yeah, I'm sorry. I just had a rant.
No, I've had a couple rants today too. So, listen.
But other than that, man, Cavs finna probably sweep the hell out of Miami Heat. It's okay. I don't know who the heck playing after. Bucks in the Indiana. I'm surprised Indiana 2-0. So I'm guessing Indiana gonna place.
That because Dame was hurt, but he coming back. Well, not hurt. He had a black eye.
Yeah.
May I say, maybe this is I just never paid attention to this, but there's been a lot of players with blood clot this year.
It has been.
That's weird, right?
And I guess I don't. Hey, you just gotta. Even though they exercise and stuff, you just gotta make sure you eat the right stuff.
No, but that's true. That's 100% true, and they're athletes and everything like that. But still, I feel like that's weird because there's the third or fourth. I know Wimby got it, Dam got it. I know for a fact a third person got it this year. I feel like that's weird for that many people to get it, but maybe not. I just don't remember hearing about it that often in the before this year. The last time I heard about blood clot was Chris Bosses. That's the last time I really remember hearing about blood clots. Maybe we just never heard about it, or maybe I just never heard about it, or didn't pay too much attention to when somebody got hurt and it was actually a blood clot, and I just thought they got hurt. But I'm telling you, I don't think that's the case. I think this is like the first year that there's been multiple superstars with blood clots, and it's not like it's on one team; it's on different teams. So that just has me concerned. Like, is it something? Is it the workout or is it the body typing? Because it's not that. Because everybody has a different body type who doesn't have it. You had super tall, medium height for a basketball player, right? You know, all of them are tall. But I don't know. That's just weird to me. It's just blood clot is not something that
Should be just normal in players.
right,
Yeah.
right. I'm
To
just
be,
trying. I'm like, is this like a basketball thing? Or
I
is
don't think it's a basketball thing. I'm pretty sure a lot of people getting blood clots. It just ain't televised like like you said. It ain't like this is something unheard of to where we shouldn't have this many players in one season have surgery for blood clots.
right? Because
Wimby
it's
he
kind
got
of
he got a blood clot. Ain't know how the hell he get that. I don't even know.
right. Because to me, this blood clot kind of like when football players talk about turf and they all get hurt on turf, or yeah, it's turf.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that to me. It's just that's what it's sounding like to me. It's like all the football players we say they hate turf, put in real grass. But everybody said no, the injuries don't show that. But everybody's say that they don't like playing on turf. So why don't you just get grass if all the players are saying turf sucks and they get hurt or they feel like they get hurt? I don't know. I just it's
Well, they. I'll say this and then we'll wrap it up. They may do an investigation on this. They may not, but I'm pretty sure they. If they are, oh, I'm pretty sure they're doing an investigation. No, not the league, but in general in the USA, they probably doing an investigation on it. But they probably won't take this serious unless it's like a huge superstar. If it was like, let's say LeBron got a blood clot in the beginning of the season, right? Then Steph Curry, out of like 3 4 months later, he got a blood clot. And then 2 months after that, KD got a blood clot. That's probably when they're gonna be like, okay, something going on. We gotta figure out what's going on. You know. So they probably won't even though they doing they take it serious. They probably won't take it serious unless it's back to back to back to back. Like Victor
Mm-hmm.
Wembanyama, he had his a while ago. Then Dame had his a while ago, but they probably ain't gonna do nothing too crazy about it. They probably only gonna start doing it when a player get it, then 3 weeks later another player get it, then 2 months later another player get it, or when a huge star like LeBron himself, they get it, and then they're gonna be like, okay, something going on. Cause why all these players in a span of a month or two getting blood clots, and all they blood clots is almost in a similar area. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. But Dad, what's your closing remarks for the people that are listening on this episode?
Shout out to everybody who watches and listens. We appreciate you. Um, I got Warriors beating Houston in 5, and
really
Lakers
fine.
just won to even the series. So they're probably going to win in 6. So yeah, Houston's not a good matchup. That's a bad matchup for Houston out the
No, I
gate.
mean I thought you gonna say sweep. I think it's gonna be a sweep.
Hold on,
Uh,
who gonna sweep who?
I don't know if it's going to be a sweep. The Warriors and
The
Rockets, they
Warriors
might get
sweep
one game.
Rockets.
I don't think it's gonna be a sweep. I
I
say
don't
I say I say 6, game 6, 4-2.
know. Okay,
Maybe.
I go with the judgment sweep rather than 6 games. Yeah, we saw a different game then because I don't. I don't
Like,
know.
hey, you be surprised. Well, hell, they at home now, but you be surprised. I don't know.
I mean, you right. I'm not gonna. You right. You right. Anything. Because that's our whole thing about OKC is that anything could happen. That's why they're not gonna win 8 straight. Right. So you
Yeah,
right.
but that's it. That for you closing remarks.
Yeah, that's it for me.
LJ, what you got for the listeners?
Uh, WrestleMania was cool. I liked it. I didn't see nothing wrong with anything that was going on. Uh, John Cena's the GOAT. Always has been, always will be. Uh, the draft is Friday, Saturday, Thursday.
Talking
Monday's
about NFL, I really don't know.
yeah.
And
It's
NFL
the
draft is this
24th.
Thursday.
Thursday.
this Thursday.
Yeah, the 24th. It's the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's so much stuff going on right now. It's just crazy. Actually, I did want to talk about this. I wanted to talk about that this NIL stuff is mainly. I'm talking about Nico and him going to the UCLA. I know that's Dad's favorite people. You know,
Really isn't.
that's Dad's favorite school. It's not USC. He's a diehard UCLA fan. I know he's very happy about this Nico
God
trade.
will strike you down for lying.
Because that's what happens that the quarterback for UCLA went to Tennessee and Nico went to UCLA.
They basically traded quarterbacks. It was.
Yeah. But there needs to be actually something done about this NIL. They gotta put a cap on it. They have to put a cap on it.
Damn, I wish I would have talked about that. Because how the hell you went to a different college and got less money?
Because he's dumb, and whoever he was talking to or who
His advising people gave him the wrong advice.
Gave him poor advice.
Straight up. And I guarantee you they're probably going to be garbage.
Oh yeah, UCLA could never win. UCLA is.
I don't know, Dad. They that's your favorite school. They might beat the USC. They might beat them.
See, I was see. Here's the thing, though. See, I was nice early while I was just praising Jimmy Butler.
No, man, you wasn't nice earlier.
No.
You was talking about that Jimmy Butler stuff. You knew what that Jimmy Butler. You know how me you ready to feel about it.
So
I want to hear it.
You know I'm a Warriors fan, right? You know I'm a Warriors fan, so I'm not supposed to praise Jimmy Butler because
you ain't supposed to be saying nothing.
You ain't supposed to say nothing.
I gave a disclaimer beforehand, like it's not about you guys. I just want to praise Jimmy Butler for a little bit.
I don't want to hear it.
And shout out to the Sweet Baby Rays. You got the sponsorship. LJ.
I hit the bottle. You can't.
Them boys, look. You see how we was feeling when we had Jimmy Butler. The playoff Jimmy Butler is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
But WrestleMania, I'm gonna say this. I do think WrestleMania was like phase one, just because of John Cena doing his last, or I call it last dance, but his retirement tour. So I think that WrestleMania, they were like, okay, we're gonna take a hit in WrestleMania 41, but the last pay-per-view event that John Cena gonna do, which is probably gonna be his last wrestling match, we just gonna hype that up since it's John Cena. That gonna eat up. Cause to be honest with you, I would have just told John Cena to do this run, then let your last match be WrestleMania 42 and call it a day. But for some reason, he don't want to do that. So hey, that's him. So I kind of agree with the people speculating like, hey, I think the board of WWE were like, yeah, we finna tank WrestleMania. Like Dad said in the beginning, since we had a whole bunch of unexpected injuries and stuff like that, we're gonna tank WrestleMania since a lot of people got hurt, and then we just gonna have everybody focus on the last pay-per-view match that John Cena gonna be in, and hopefully that can help us back up. So only time will tell with that. NBA, we just gotta wait to see, cause Dad thinks OKC will sweep round 1 and 2. Like I said, he must got a secret parlay or something, because he got a whole bunch of faith in OKC. So we gotta wait to see about that. And hopefully the Steelers can get Shador, because that's all they've been talking about. Everybody talking about.
But they don't have a quarterback anyway.
They don't have a quarterback, and we don't know what the hell Aaron Rodgers doing right now. So
he just needs to retire.
we don't know what the hell Aaron Rodgers doing, but more than likely we may have Aaron Rodgers and Shador on the same team in Pittsburgh. So we just gotta wait to see about that. But it's a good chance that he gonna end up being the Steelers. So we just gotta wait for this week if the draft this week. We just gotta wait. But other than that, like Dad said, appreciate y'all for listening. Y'all been tuning in, and we truly appreciate y'all for that. But other than that, man, my name is Randall, and with me, as always, my boy LJ and the OG Dad himself. And together, we go by the name of the 2 for 1 Special Podcast. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed this week episode, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.
Honestly, if he does